As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Say hello to my little friend.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
A boy's best friend is his mother.
I tell you, these guys really know how to act up. Morning,
You are now tuned in to the Actin Up Podcast.
We are in the Actin Up Podcast. You know what I mean? We
you can't get Cisco too many hats.
We have Side Guy. We have
what up?
Cisco Malik Barnhart, and I am one of your other hosts, Cisco Reyes. And we are live on Zoom. The Zoom,
baby.
Not the boom room, the Zoom room. We also live on my IG. So how's everybody doing? From what I understand, Malik's been watching a lot of O's been doing a coloring book, and Chicola. What have you been doing?
I did more than that.
Staying away from people.
6 feet or further? 60 feet.
60 feet.
Sounds like regular life. You didn't do that special.
Well, but you know what? People not really respecting that whole six feet thing
at all.
I met one of my peoples in the street yesterday, and he wanted to give me an elbow dap, and I was like, nah, just stay over there. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then he was talking to me, he kept walking up on me. I'm like, nah, stay over there.
That's hilarious. That would be funny. Like, no. But elbow dash is it, man.
You
know what?
I was in line at Trader Joe's, and this couple was behind me. I think I might have spoke about this before, and they were like right here every time, because there was somebody keeping us all 6 feet away, and they just kept on coming. They weren't sick. They were probably like a foot or two. I was like, I finally had to turn around. I was like, yo, could you respect the 6 feet? Yo, back up off me. And they were like, oh, we're sorry. Like, God damn, yo. Like, you see everybody is 6 feet away. Because the old lady in front of me, she was looking back at me like, yo. So I started stepping to the side to try to, like, create an angle of 6 feet. And they kept on moving up. And I couldn't take it no more. I had to say something.
Should have took their picture, Cisco. They had it. They were trying to give it to you. Should have took their picture.
I brushed by
the lady coughing on
in
shit the store. You better watch out.
Yo, I brushed by this lady at Ralph's, and she wanted to call security.
Yo, I bumped into a woman in Ralph's by accident. I was like trying to like look at my stuff, and I was backing up, and I was like, oh. She looked at me, oh. I was like, my bad. She's like, oh. Like, yo, we thought we just like wiped boogers on each other, like,
It got extra uncomfortable real quick. Just from all this virus shit. You can't even be around people no more. It's like passing people in the aisle in the routes. It's like, oh shit, it's too. It's not before you done. Excuse me. Now it's just like, now I'm just waiting till one of them leave. So I just get it clear.
Right. Yo, like it's almost like we're gonna have to be re-socialized, like when you bring your dog to the dog park, just to be able to be around other people. I mean, just imagine dating new people or trying to meet new people at a time like this. You know what I mean? To be single right now or not have no side pieces or nobody on your roster it's gotta be tough, because you talking about you were probably just that close to trying to hook up with Shorty, and then this happened, and she's like, nah, I'm good, because they also thinking, if you want to see me, you must not be practicing social distancing or quarantine, so you may not even be safe to be around. You know what I mean? You can't be like, yo, what's good?
There's some people thinking like you. There's some people like, shit, it wasn't going to stop me before. It ain't going to stop me now. We supposed to hook up. Where you at? Especially with all this space, time, and opportunity. Ain't nobody, there's nothing else to do. You going to watch that movie. You going to eat that food. You going to take a nap and wake up like, shit, what else is next? You took 3 naps and ate 3 times. It's still the same day. You go find something.
What'd you say, Chicola? What'd you say? You did what?
I downloaded a dating app last night. I was just like,
What is it?
See what's out there.
Is it
Trying to
quarantine?
get some post-quarantine.
Quarantine
After this is
Tinder?
over, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Swipe 6 times before you get to the.
It said I had to pay $19.99 to subscribe, so I just went through it looking at dudes' pictures. You know,
Nah, you can sign
you know
on
what?
other joints for free.
That's the only thing working for you at a time like now is the fact that lots of these females, they've had it up to here. They batteries are running out. They, you know, Pornhub ain't doing it no more. Like they open that. Every girl who didn't twerk, now they twerking. They up
practicing. They got better at it.
They horny. Let's just put it like they horny. There's gonna be a lot of people. There's gonna be a big ass quarantine orgy going on somewhere.
Look, Cisco, I said that a long time ago. If they thought this was gonna help with population control, they were sadly mistaken. You gonna lock people in.
They for
months on end and tell them to stay in the house, only go out for food and replenishments and come back in the crib. You're gonna have all these Corona babies, man. They're gonna be Rona babies, 2020.
for every life lost, there's gonna be one born.
Seriously.
Hey yo, but I want to bring in our guest. We got a really cool guest today. We got my man Danny Wooten in the house. He's an accomplished tap dancer. He's an accomplished actor, musician. This dude has been in. Let's start off with the tap dancing. This guy has danced with Savion Glover, Gregory Hines. He taught Michael Jackson tap. Crazy. He's been in over 100 national commercials and commercials that are probably on right now. Like there's a Snickers commercial.
They are on right now.
He's got so many commercials. Like he's the guy when you go to a commercial audition and you see him there, you're like, oh shit. I might as well just go in here for practice because I'm sure Danny got the part, you know. And then, you know, as far as the music go, he makes beats, and he last night Rap Sheet Hollywood had a beat battle, and he went against the Haitian sensation, my man Jean-Luc, and he beat him. Jean-Luc, he beat Jean-Luc and got the beat battle crown. I want to bring in my man Danny Wooten right now. Let's give a warm welcome to my man Danny Wooten. Hey, I don't know. He's been watching The Invisible Man, and he may be.
He's also the Invisible Man.
This guy has also perfection.
He's connecting audio. Listen, there you go. He's like, oh shit. I'm on now.
Okay.
He's in the green room finishing that donut. Oh shit.
Oh, there we go. Hey, let's bring in Money Making Mitch into the Actin Up Podcast. Hey, Money Making Mitch. Yeah.
And he's still better. He still look better than the motherfucker. I don't care what y'all
he does look better.
Turn your phone sideways, better man, sideways.
Turn your phone sideways.
Bitter, brother.
Shout out to Yasmin Delise, aka Cheetah from Next Day Air.
What up, Yasmin?
What it do? Hey, Yasmin, shout it out.
Okay, all right. So we gonna keep it cracking until D Woo get on the screen. You know what I mean? But yeah, before we had a little conversation going on about Kenya Barris's new show, Black AF, that's on Netflix, and he got a lot of backlash on Twitter and all over. What do they call that? Black social media. What do they call that? Black Twitter.
Black Twitter.
Was going in on Kenya Barris and Rashida Jones, and because they didn't like the fact that their entire show was filled with light-skinned people. And you know, it is what it is. If you're trying to represent your own family, you can't even win. You know, if you are gonna criticize the man, criticize him for his writing, his acting, or something. But if you want to just be able to represent, like I'm sure, if you did a show about your family, and you know they all look like you, you know, we're just gonna criticize them because they look like you. No, because
I mean, but at the end of the day, like you can't really feed that energy. Black Twitter and people, you can't even expect everybody to understand and get it. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's at everyone's same intelligent level, you know what I'm saying, or level of intelligence to say. But like, so there's always going to be somebody, no matter what, man. If it was all dark, it's always going to be somebody to say something. So at the end of the day, as long as he did it the way he wanted to and it's coming out the way he wanted to and he's happy, you know what I mean? That's all you could, like, I know a lot of artists who worry about who's going to accept it, who's going to like my song, or who's not going to like the song, whatever. If you true to yourself, you did a song that you felt good about and you like the message, whatever that message is in the song, and you put it out there and you get the reaction, you do or you don't. I know a lot of people, if they feel good about themselves, they don't care about the reaction.
My only thing about it is I wish that it's just like Mitch is a great example because I just feel like we all together, we don't have to like be so focused on the color, the skin complexion. I feel like we all still one family, no matter where we come from. That's kind of how I see it. I've always seen it like that.
I mean, shit, but at the end of the day, anytime we go somewhere and it's all of them, we all end up in the same box, no matter what shade of dark. So we can act like we can subgroup and, you know, act like we divide ourselves within ourselves. When we go outside, we all one. Just like everybody I know from the East Coast, when they come to the West Coast, yeah, we from New York, you from Jersey, you from the Bronx, whatever. But out here, we from the East Coast. So just know when you leave here, you go to Europe or somewhere, you're Americans. They're gonna treat you like that. Not oh, you light skinned American, not oh you they don't see none of that. They just know you American and get treated the same way how they feel, how they see fit to their knowledge.
You know, what's funny is they do treat you like, yeah, you American overseas, but if you African, you are African. Like, if you are talking like this and you are African, they are definitely don't want to discriminate against you, you know. But
hey, Cisco, you sound good, especially with that hat on. I believe you.
I bought this hat from an African.
It's gonna be hard for him to blend in. Hat or no hat. Hat or no hat.
I have been to Africa. I have been to Cote d'Ivoire. As you bang Cocody. Yes, my nephew is from Cocody in the Ivory Coast. Yes.
Ivory Coast, yes.
And that's a great point because his nephew does not look like he's from that
at all. He looks like one of us. He don't look like Cisco at all. So.
I mean, he honestly, to me, he looked like he could be like a Kobe, but you know what I mean? But he don't look like, you know, I think.
Man, but we everywhere though. We have every representation. Like as far as a black man, as far as it goes back all the way back, so they keep uncovering tombs in Egypt, and these people are mummified, and they still look the way they looked when they died. We are black. It's black and black. So we have every shade. We've been here long, so we have every shade of the spectrum. There's not a color or shade that black people haven't ascended to or came from where we are. It's been too long. It's too many years. And we go everywhere. You know what will happen when we go everywhere and see that girl?
This is why I call the white man the greatest delegator on the planet, because what happens is the mind is trained to say, oh, she's pretty for a dark-skinned girl. He's handsome for a dark-skinned guy. It's a trained mentality. You know what I mean? You have to untrain yourself to speak a whole different way. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's crazy because I was I mean, there's every shade of Latino. I mean, they can look like a white person all the way to Akon. Yeah, there's Puerto Ricans that have. There's every shade.
Akon speaks Spanish, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Akon speaks Spanish.
No, what's crazy is that Akon probably has a doppelganger somewhere in the Dominican Republic or some way out in Brazil. And that motherfucker look just like Akon, speaks straight Spanish.
Where you learn that word?
That's how it is. The boats hit everywhere. We touch everywhere. Oh yeah, see, that's a big word for duplicate, Cisco.
Yeah, you know what? You know, yeah. My live, since I'm hearing you guys through my headphones, my live don't get to hear you guys. So
nigga, stop bragging. You got headphones. We see you got headphones. You want to point that out?
So Cisco, once you take the headphones
maybe
out,
if you stood still, Mitch, you wouldn't be frozen.
Won't you take the headphones out so they can join in the conversation, or at least listen to the conversation, not just you?
Yeah.
Well, you know my speakers is kind of janky. Let's see.
Then I won't be able to hear y'all.
There's rules to this shit.
There's rules. My bad.
Let's see. Here we go.
It's either them or me, basically.
How's that? Here we go. There we go. Should I just keep them on just to? All right.
Mitch, you're the camera guy, but God, his visuals on point, son.
That's my nigga. Have you seen his movies? That nigga acting. Y'all better watch out. That nigga will pour that. He'll pour that not the beginning Denzel, but like 4 years in Denzel.
No, Mo's gonna be really good when he's like 60. He's gonna be.
The Mighty Quinn.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Wooing.
Oh, where's he at?
Hey.
Oh.
Damn, son. Like, you know, you can tell you in Hollywood when you know, you guest just shows up whenever he wants after
you can't hear you. He can't hear us.
Get your volume up, D. Get your volume up.
Take that earring out your ear. Maybe you can hear.
That's not his ear. That's his nose.
Oh, they cutting on you. There you go. Get your AirPods. You can hear us, D? Thumbs up when you hear us.
I don't even see nobody.
You gotta swipe. You gotta go to the other page.
Hey, come on.
It's the insurance guy.
Nah, that's the Snickers guy.
That's the Snickers guy and the insurance guy.
No, that's the Cadillac guy.
Nah, he knows the insurance lady. The nigga.
No, that's the Cheetos guy.
No, it's the Snickers guy, man. It's the Snickers guy.
I'm surprised this guy doesn't have a conflict of interest.
Yo, what up, D Woo?
D, what's going on? Shout it out.
Danny Wooten in the house.
Can you guys hear me?
The winner of the Rap Sheet Hollywood Beat Battle last night on
Winner!
Yes,
Queens, New York took it. New York took it last night.
No doubt.
What's going on? Quarantine, born a king. What's good?
No, man, just taking one day at a time, bro. Just, you know what I mean? Just utilizing this time. You know what I mean?
Oh.
All right. And then what are you doing during this time? Making beats, picking your afro, working on your commercial smile. What?
All of the above.
Everything.
You know what? Like you do it all, man. Let me. You know, okay. Since we on the beats right now, and you know, and that's you fresh off your W, and like how did that feel for you to be in your first beat battle and be judged by people like Yuckmouth, Edie Amin of the Outlaws, my man from Digital Underground,
Shorty,
Money B,
and was it somebody? Was it one more judge on there, right?
Yeah, I forgot.
See, we're in Hollywood already, folks.
Yeah. I won.
He's like, I got the crown.
He said he celebrated last night. Too much champagne in his eyes last night. You know, what do you want from the champion there?
He's like, I just want to thank everybody.
No. What I want to ask you, D, did you know those guys before? Did you know Edie and Money B? Did you and Yuckmouth? Did you know those guys?
I didn't. I met Money B a couple of times through Poop, and I met Yuckmouth a few times through Pook as well.
Because I was thinking that I was thinking that that's pretty cool, and quarantine brings people together where you can get people to focus on what you're doing, what you got going on, and then get them to also judge it, to say, you know what, yay or nay, I like this. And you was killing it hands down. I thought that was like really, really dope.
Oh,
thanks
word.
to the quarantine. Thank you, quarantine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I mean, so what was that like, D-Woo? You know what I mean? Being in your first beat battle, you know what I mean? Were you nervous?
Man, yeah. Actually, I was, man, because it's, you know, it's making beats has always been something that, you know, has been behind the scenes for me. You know what I mean? Like, not too many people know that I make beats. You know what I mean? I do it out of the love for it, but now I'm starting to see that I'm fine tuning my the craft and learning more. You know what I mean, as a producer and getting a little engineering knowledge in. You know.
I wanted to ask you, how do you like? Obviously, you creating these things, but how do you come up with the beats? Like, do you go listen to old school? Is it just a one track, a guitar? How does it work?
Yeah, what are you working with? Are you straight on Pro Tools, or do you got an MP60 in the background? What you on? You got
He's showing his age at MP60.
hey man, Primo and Pete Rock stayed.
Not even a 200 or 2,000 or whatever.
He said a 60.
60.
I've been to Pete Rock's basement and he had next to the 1200 Techniques, he had an MP60, yo.
I will be honest.
It has a classic sound. It has a classic sound.
I used to go to D Wool's house. It had to be about 5, 6, maybe 7 years ago. I don't know. It was a while ago.
That's about that.
And he would have his laptop open. He's like, yo, you know, I'm making beats. And this is my face.
See?
I'm sorry.
See?
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Hey man, I sucked at that time too. You know what I mean?
But you was in the lab, yeah.
I was in the lab, and behind the scenes, that's something I've been fine tuning. You know what I mean?
Now, have you been an MC at any point? Did you want to become an MC and figured out that you couldn't rhyme and you started making beats?
I know I can rhyme.
Oh, he said I do it both.
A battle between Cisco and D Wool?
I'll take you any day, Cisco.
Oh man, nah, son. I don't know about that. There's so many words that King rhymes with.
We might have a new battle.
My name is D Wool, and I'm a king. I wore my ring.
Stop, Cisco.
Stop right there. Yeah, Malik, get your guy, Malik.
Hey,
but on the real, that's why I have too much respect for the craft of lyricism to even go that route. Now I can write. I can write though. I can write. But at this time I'm old, son. But how I look trying to get in this rap game.
D. Let me tell you one thing. As far as entertainment, there is no age, and I had to learn that. It took me a while to learn that, and I see it a lot more. Nah, you see it a lot more with acting because, acting as far as different people start at different points of their life. Some people start in their 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever, and still become stars. As music, if you got an ear, and we get real blinded with this American style and not realizing that the world pays more. There's a lot more people, and they really like the kind of music that we all grew up on, that hip-hop, that boom bap, not so much the new style, not dissing the new style because it's something palatable for everybody, but as far as what we do, D, because even myself, I told him I started making beats again too as well. So, and it's been years and years and years. I decided for me, when I first
I took a break for a while too.
Yeah. So D, we brought RZA in to tell you about the beat.
Well,
the Fizzer.
That you know.
The Fizzer, the old dirty. Now, Woo, you didn't tell us what you use to make your beats.
Logic.
Was saying that you were on Fruity Loops.
No Fruity Loops over here. That was your other man. Your other. No.
What you said, D? You got Logic?
Yeah, Logic Pro 10. You know what I'm saying? And
MIDI controller.
Right now, I use
MIDI controller.
A little MIDI controller. I got my keyboard.
Okay.
Now, do you play any instruments at all?
I heard you play a kazoo.
I do play a kazoo. I mean one at that.
Now, if you hear a hit with a kazoo in it, Cisco, you're gonna have to play the kazoo part to a T because you clown.
I got a kazoo. I got a harmonica.
It's the hottest song.
Cisco, you look like a kazooer, man. You look like
a kazooer. Hey man, you'll be surprised.
You got the kazoo hat and everything.
I told you that hat.
That's his Nigerian kazoo hat.
Hey, no, you are not talking with your skull cap from the African.
Whatever.
$5.
I got a regular beanie. I don't have the hat that's made out of lizard skins.
Your head looks like a hollow bullet.
Just gonna be like, why
that was handmade on a beach in Africa.
Why you do that?
You know he got a pair of shoes to match.
Hey, we just want to let y'all know that Money Making Mitch is editing the show as we do it. So just so y'all know.
I'm trying to log in.
Oh, okay.
You're in.
You're in. He's a camera guy. He's behind the camera.
Yeah, we've been seeing you the whole time.
We see you.
Yeah, we see your fat chin.
He got a shape up on the beard, though.
What'd you say?
He look like Ice Cube.
Ice Cube. Bitch, keep up with us, okay?
That nigga Cisco look like he run numbers.
I do, and you're a 0.
Cisco got a pen and a pad.
That nigga be dodging detectives that ain't even there.
Cisco look like he got on shoes with no socks. Hard bottoms.
Yo, Mitch, where are you going? Mitch, where you going? Subway?
Huh?
Where you going to Subway? Why you keep walking around? Where you going?
Because I can't get it on my computer.
Calm down, Mitch. Calm down.
Mitch walking around looking for
Calm
service,
down.
man. I don't know what's going
You're making me nervous, Mitch.
Yeah, exactly. You need justice.
Acting up, baby.
Okay, so the beats, you've been doing the beats for a second, and you know, you got your first crown. You think anything's gonna come out of that? Did Idi Amin hit you up and ask for one of your beats?
Nah, nothing like that, man. Nothing like that. Nah, man. I hope to get placement. I used to get placement on. I got placement on a few TV shows and a couple of commercials and a couple of
And
movies.
you met the
before.
progressive lady, huh?
So, oh yeah.
She cool?
Oh, she cool as hell, man. She is really hilarious.
You gotta be cool if you're that rich.
Now, I heard
You don't
she
have
goes
to
above
be.
and beyond. I heard she goes above and beyond for her stats. She's one of those people that, like, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
buys
man.
like everybody the dope lunch.
Yeah.
I've heard many people
The
say
dope
mad
lunch.
things about it because, well, I'm talking about the lunch that they eat in the trailer that you don't eat. You know, she makes sure everybody eats the same. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard it's hard for her to get other work.
We ate great that day. Number one, it was the day we shot that. It was on her birthday, so they went above and beyond for her birthday.
What did you
know
have?
I mean?
If it's not lobster, you ain't saying nothing.
It wasn't lobster. It was fish. Like they had sea bass and
sea bass is nice.
You know, like all kinds of fish, all steak, chicken. It was crazy.
Top
Desserts.
It wasn't.
I think Chris Robinson, hands down, always has the best food on his sets, no matter what. Like
he does.
You know,
Did
the
you
food
see
on
Chris
his set.
Robinson?
Chris Robinson, boy, he knows how to set up hire a caterer.
He knows how to eat. Believe me.
But don't put no lobster tail on set with me. I turn into 3D. Cisco, only 2 per people. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
But
You're allergic to lobster? Can you give me yours?
D-Wood, when you were doing the commercial with those guys, with the progressive commercial, did you feel like you were in like this inner circle, this inner world, and when that world was over, it's like, damn.
I did feel like I was in an inner circle because everybody in that commercial was either a stand-up comedian or sketch comedy or something like that, you know. And man, just like sitting at that table, there's so much footage that they could have used. They could have edited at least 1,000 different commercials from that one commercial because they just basically sat us at that, you know, the table, gave us some keynotes, you know, of things to hit, you know what I mean, like target thing, and we basically improvised that whole shit for like 2 hours. We was just in there bugging out, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
just
That's dope.
It was the most. Yeah, man, it was the most fun I had on a set, like working with other actors, because all of them were talented as hell.
Since we're talking about your commercial work, which you are definitely the commercial king, and we were saying before you got on here, you know what I mean, if you see you come at the audition and you're there for the same audition, you know that basically, you know, like I came to the same audition one time and Danny was coming out the room and they were like, "Oh, Danny, okay, so are you available on 4/9 to 4/10? Oh my gosh, okay, great. We'll be in touch. Bye." He's like, "Okay, guys, see ya. All right. Bye, Jane. Bye, Peter."
Yeah, I wonder
Brian
if I booked that one though. I wonder if I booked that.
It didn't matter. You probably booked another one that same week.
They do all that shit sometimes and be like, "All right, no, moving along."
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's a better feeling than leaving saying, "Okay, great, thank you." Thank you, Cisco.
Which was Cisco's used to.
Hey, man, I remember you back in the days, man. Like this cat, him and Che Main.
Oh yeah, those two.
They were booking Kings. They were booking Kings.
Nah, man.
What's going on?
Every show.
It's laundry time. It's laundry time.
Every show.
What?
This
guy
guy
wants to
plus dryer equals acting up.
What happened?
Yo, I got 4 shows. Cisco
Daddy.
said, "Can you cut the dryer off? Cut the dryer off."
There's a running joke.
To acting up in the dryer.
There's a running joke on the show, Danny, when he said Cisco and dryer equals acting. Every show, there's a dryer going off in the back of Cisco's.
Yo, they want to do laundry just during the show.
It's the perfect time.
Like, it's quarantine. What are you gonna do? Get dressed?
No. In his defense, Cisco, you said not on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it is actually Saturday.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And yo, Cisco was trying to be modest. Cisco was trying to do his studio modesty. He was like, "Yo, no. Yo, cut it the fuck off."
And he's like, just 3 minutes. Just 3 minutes.
Malik, he hit that right on the head. He started off with the head. Yo, what the fuck you doing, man?
All right, getting back on track.
He almost took his hat off. He
got the LL Cool J cone head.
This guy. Wait, Mitch.
Mitch from out the side.
Oh my God. Yo, okay. You are definitely.
Mitch is different.
Yo, all right, whoa.
There we go.
Different
Let us know when you send me a chat when you're
Mitch is in the barbershop.
when you're finished, Mitch.
Touching his face, so he's
Not
getting
that
ready
kind of
for the
show.
Where is
Ready
Mitch?
for the show.
So going back to Woo and your commercials, like how many commercials do you have, man?
National commercials.
No, not period.
Oh man, it's hard to say, man. Just like because my first commercial was at 6 months old.
Damn.
Damn.
He pulled a baby soul on him.
No wonder this guy is so good. That's not even fair.
Speaking of baby, that cat should be doing commercials.
He pulled a baby soul. Baby soul started around 5-6 months. As soon as he booked, he's on his way to Danny's life.
baby soul should be definitely working, man. Cute kid, B.
That's big. That's big.
He's on his way. He's only had 4 auditions, and he's had a call back on 1. So he's on his way. And when we're gonna need
warming up. He got to warm up. He just got
25%. And he can barely talk. That's beautiful. He's got 25% ratio.
Okay, so what?
Danny,
Are we talking about 200, 300?
About I would say that or maybe more, because when I got to LA, it really turned up. It really turned up a little bit because I turned the heat up. I really wasn't on commercials like that because what I was doing to sustain myself was mainly dance. I'm a tap dancer as well, for those that don't know out there. So I was teaching, doing master classes around the world. So I would like fly out to like Italy and teach like a 2-week master class and then come back, or Tokyo or whatever. And then I hurt my knee.
Tap dancing?
Nah, playing ball actually.
Yeah.
So that took me out, and that slowed my bread down as far as, you know, the side hustle. So I was like, you know what? While I concentrate on my theatrical and my film stuff or whatever, I'm gonna focus on, because I had got 1 or 2 commercials, and I was like, oh, okay. All right, these checks are kind of nice, whatever,
But what was the gap from doing commercials as a kid to tap dancing and then coming back to the commercial world?
well, they all kind of blended into each other at all times. I started tapping when I was 3. You know what I mean? And I didn't really get that serious until with the tapping until I was about maybe 8 years old. My mother took me to Manhattan, and I learned from. She was like, "Who's the best tap?" Because she's the type of mom that always put me into all programs and everything, and to see what I take to. So I took to, acting. I took to basketball and tapping. You know what I mean? So she was like, "Who are the best and these teachers in New York right now that can teach me tap?" So she found out it was Henry Latang, who taught Gregory Hines, who taught Savion Glover, and countless other tap legends. And he became like my uncle, and he taught me everything he knew,
Wow.
So
that's dope.
Yeah.
Wow. They but it's like I know they threw me in tap. I don't think it was mandatory in the elementary school I went to, and they always like, I don't know. I felt like they paired us up with like females, like, and I always got the big girl that have to lift up, and I was always the smallest guy.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I was like, I couldn't even lift her ass, and but I loved tap. I love the solo art form.
That ended your dance career. He was like, what?
I just went on to break dancing.
This is what I
don't need to lift anybody up.
He couldn't do the Patrick Swayze at the end, so he just quit.
I was like,
what's funny, Danny? You said something that struck a chord, and I was telling my daughter this before, and the one thing that you said that's so powerful that reveals everything is that your mom's, was like seeing something in you and was like putting you surrounding you in these places that would actually elevate you. And that's so important because a lot of people, if a kid has a dream, as a parent, you should really, really get behind that kid at an early age, because it's all about that tenure. It's all about, you know what I mean? And because it's not like you're just gonna pick something up tomorrow and you're a boom. You got to work on it. So that was very key. That struck a chord with me. Yeah.
Yeah, very man. I was blessed as far as my, I had good parents, man. You know what I mean? That, like you said, it's great parenting when you see something in your child and you shape and mold that. Even though later on in the later years, like my teenage years, I rebelled a little bit because I was like, how do you know that I was meant to be an actor or a dancer or whatever? Like, you didn't give me that like opportunity. But now as an adult, I see, that they saw that in me because I was always the cat to like pop a joke and entertain guests that come over, and you know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
Like Cisco, he was always getting jumped as a kid, but that's a different story. I ain't gonna bring
that's where his jokes came from. He's trying to keep the whoopings off his ass.
Nah, bruh. Nah. The only person only people I got jumped by is my own family. When you got five big ass brothers, ain't nobody jumping you except for them.
All of them. What do you mean nobody? All five of them.
Even guys like Malik will go away running.
Just don't learn how to tap by running. I
think Malik was the guy that you run from. I think he was the other way around. I think.
I definitely would have changed Cisco home.
He's from Barnegat.
What if somebody picked
you don't miss the guys from Barnegat? I tell you.
Danny, we got the Gooch,
are you
and we got motherfucking Arnold on the motherfucking. Malik's the Gooch. Cisco got his lunchbox balled up with lunch inside of it.
And you're Dougie from
they
the
do
Cosby
look like
Show.
the boss and the bully.
So Danny,
no, you're Bud.
So Danny, so Gregory Hines would pick you up from Barnegat High School and take you to New York City?
Wow.
Wait, didn't you you went to LaGuardia, right?
No. I went to professional children's school.
A professional children's school?
The fuck is that? I ain't never heard of that shit.
Excuse me.
Yes,
Look, we gonna drink to that. Professional.
They drank milk out of champagne flutes.
Kind of, yo. Kind of.
Wow. This milk is.
Your people have money.
I want. No, that's my joke. Go ahead. Figure you stepped on my joke. Go ahead. I'm joking, man. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
No. I went to Jamaica High School, but before that, I went to professional children's school in Manhattan in Columbus Circle. It's a school for young entertainers and kids that were working. Like Macaulay went there, Macaulay Culkin, and a few other,
And you guys are the same age?
No. He was in a lower grade. He's about 3 or 4 years, about 3 years younger.
Why does he look like Billy Bob Thornton right now?
I just got a text. Lloyd Banks and them used to run you home off Jamaica Ave.
Who'd you get that text from? Who'd you get that text from?
Who you get that text from?
Just say
Insider.
Yeah, Insider.
Insider.
LL.
Text my cousin right now and ask him why Lloyd is
He's going to. I'm telling my cousin.
Danny, one question. I want to know, what was it like working with Michael Jackson?
Wow. Man, that's like one of the greatest moments of my life, yo. I mean, just that day that I got the phone call from the producer Kenny Ortega. I don't know if you heard of his name before, but he's a famous director and producer and stuff. And he's the one that introduced me to Mike. I did a TV show that brought me to LA called Fame LA. And after that show ended, after the season ended, it was rough times. Right after the season, and it was like no work and shit. Like even on the tap tip, tap jobs was scarce, and I was sitting in my apartment like, damn, maybe LA was a bad idea. And phone rang. It was Kenny Ortega. He was like, "Yo, what you doing right now?" I was like, to be honest, Kenny, I'm looking at a bill. He was like, "All right, I can change that. Well, how fast can you get down to the Beverly Hills Hotel? I want you to meet Michael Jackson." I was like, "I am sitting in the Beverly Hotel right now.
Right now. Ding dong.
Right now, yo."
Teleported.
I got dressed crazy. So quick and headed down there, but it was a whole lot before I met him. It was like 4 or 5 hours before I met him because I had to go through like this security screening type shit. Wow. Like they took me to a hotel room with two big ass dudes.
Strip search you.
Oh shit!
I didn't say that.
I don't like how the story's going.
Yeah.
Watch, guys.
They took me to a hotel room.
30 miles.
Two big guys. Oh god.
Guys with hats like that have.
Did they tell you to put on a certain outfit?
Easy there, guy. Easy. This guy.
Hey, you're not denying it.
So what happened with the two guys in the hotel room?
I got a pat down. They pat me down. It's Michael Jackson.
It's sensitive.
Anyway.
Yes, Danny, tell your story.
This dude. But so the security guards had me in the room for a second. They didn't say shit to me. I was trying to start combo. I was like, hey, man, so where you guys from? That type of shit. And they were just like,
Dang.
I told you the story wasn't going good.
So anyway, that happened like 5 times. I got moved from hotel room to hotel room, and each time was like an hour. You know what I mean? So I got frustrated the last time. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna meet him today. This is crazy, son. So last time we walk into the bungalows, and the door opens, and I walk in, and he converted the Beverly Hills Hotel bungalow to a dance studio. Like, he hollowed out the whole bungalow, put in new floors for us to dance on, and mirrors, dance bars, everything. And the door closed behind her, and I hear behind me, hi, I'm Mike. And I'm like, oh shit. And he's standing there, and I'm like shook because I wasn't expecting him to open the door. And yeah, man, one of the greatest moments in my life. He asked me about I had Jordans on. He asked me about my Jordans. He was like, oh, those Michael Jordans? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, man, I hope they don't do to him what they did to me. And I was like, what do you mean by that? And that sparked like an hour-long conversation before we got it into the dance of him.
What did he say?
Dog, it was a moment to where it had nothing to do with me. He needed to vent.
Wow.
He seemed like he was upset about something that happened. It seemed like that was why it took so long for us to get to the room. Like, he was handling something, and that was on his mind. And he was like talking about the media. He told me about a time he got chased through his house at Neverland Ranch. A guy parachuted through his back window and chased him through the house before security can get him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's bizarre.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, man. So it was just, I was like, yo, I'm not really here, yo. You know what I mean? He's not
That
really.
is crazy.
So Danny, he became in that moment, he became a real person. It wasn't all the mystique was gone. He was a real person.
Very real.
Yeah.
His voice went from this to to like a regular, like me and you talking right now. He do a couple of curse words.
I've heard that, Joe. I've heard that he does the high voice for the media and stuff, but Michael Jackson has a regular deep voice. I've heard many people who actually spoke to him voice. Said that the other joint is just the media for him to sound weaker, so they won't think he's so much of a threat, but he has a regular deep voice.
I don't think it's for him to sound weak. I think that he's probably genuinely a shy person. You know what I mean?
I think he understands that shit because he knows how much power he really has. When he started running in, that army was running behind him, that's when it was coming. That man had power, yo. He owned 51% of Sony. He had certain power that people.
And that's what he was trying to tell me. You know what I mean? That's what he was trying to tell me. And because I was gonna go on that tour with him as well, because his people asked me to choreograph for the whatchamacallit tour, the last tour that he didn't get a chance to do.
This is it.
This is it tour.
Oh, wow.
Damn. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, because they was going to do the Moonwalker joint, but they was going to have a tap segment in it. Wow. But he got hit again with another case charge, and that just took like a lot of energy out of him, I think. You know what I mean? So, you know.
Damn. That's crazy. Yo, what year was that? 2000 what?
It was about 99.
Really?
It was about 99, 2000.
So I thought the This Is It tour, that was out here. I mean,
it's like 06, what were the years that? That's a little bit
later. Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
but
No, you're probably right. It was probably like 08 or something like that.
It was. As a matter of fact, it was 2010, I believe, late 2009.
Yeah, they probably announced it, then it was supposed to go on, and he passed away. So there was a lot around that time. That's crazy. That's still an ill story, Dan. That's crazy. Just to hear you say it's crazy, so I could just imagine hearing him telling you it direct. You know what I mean? That's wild.
So to be able to, like, you know, work with Michael. You know what I mean? You worked with Gregory Hines, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He used to live when I used to live in the marina. He used to always be riding around in his little convertible Aston Martin. I think it was, but he just seemed like a really nice guy.
Yeah, I told Danny about my Gregory Hines story when I was managing Fat Farm, and he came in there, and he didn't look like the Gregory Hines that you would see on what's that famous movie where he had him and his brother, they were doing a thing, but he was
Cotton Club.
Cotton Club.
I was in that too, by the way. He's teaching me in the scene.
Oh, yeah. No, I gotta check for that. He came in the store and he had shut up, he came in the store and he had these glasses on, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's Gregory Hines!" And immediately I struck up a conversation with him. He was so cool, man. And then it turned out to. I met his wife, Pamela. She became a good friend of mine. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was like, I knew these people. And it was like, wow, I know Gregory Hines. So when Danny speaks of Gregory Hines, he was down to earth. Definitely.
So 100%. Down to earth. Just a real cool dude, man. Just, I'll tell you one, Greg, let me tell you how cool he is, man. I did a workshop for a Broadway show, right, in Arkansas, at the Arkansas Repertory Theater. And, when you work for Broadway shows, they go to another city for like 3 months to work things out, and then they'll come back to the city and start getting things ready on stage, the actual theater or whatever. So we did a show together in New York, and I was like, yo, Greg, I'm going to be out in Arkansas, you know what I'm saying? Come and check, we open at night and such, come check us, and I've said it, how you say things to people like, you're probably too busy to do it, but hey, if you're not, come and check it. You know what I mean? Right. And he was like, word? He was like, I'll be there. And I was just like, I didn't know how to take it. You know what I mean? I was like, he sounded like he was definitely going to be there. So opening night happened, and I get a tap on my shoulder, as I'm getting congratulations and everything. And I see everybody's face I'm talking to changed. And then I get the tap on my shoulder, and he was like, I told you I was going to make it. And I was like, oh man. So he came all the way out to Arkansas just to show love. Wow. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's crazy.
You know what I mean?
He liked you, Danny. He was his cat.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, man.
That what movie am I thinking about? The old ass man. Am I thinking about the 5 Heartbeats? The old man that came in and he showed him how to tap. They were showing him dance.
His daughter didn't want him to dance
anymore. And what movie?
I think it was the 5 Heartbeats, and they brought in a dancer like, you guys got to learn some moves, and they brought in that short little old man.
Right. Oh, you talking about Oba Babatunde, or
was that Oba Babatunde?
No,
that wasn't Oba Babatunde.
No, that wasn't.
That's Oba. What about Oba can tap too. You know what I mean? He can move a little bit.
Wow.
Okay. And he from Queens. He from Southside.
I'm thinking because I think I kind of know what Cisco, because I seen a movie that had Gregory Hines in it, and then there's a young girl. She didn't want.
I'm not even talking about Gregory Hines. It was.
No, he talking about.
I think was it Sammy? When they brought him.
It was
the Temptations. Was it the Temptations?
No, it was
the 5 Heartbeats.
You're thinking about the movie Tap. You're thinking about the movie Tap, aren't you?
I don't think
he beat up those guys. He beat up those guys.
And he's like, you guys are going to learn how to dance. You call that dancing? Here, let me show you. And it was like, oh.
That sounds familiar, bro.
And he had a fight, and he beat up a lot of people in a brawl, in a bar. That little short dude, the fighter, the dancer.
Oh, Nicholas. Oh, you talking about Harold Nicholas?
Harold Nicholas, yes. He was part of the Nicholas brothers.
The Nicholas brothers, yeah, man.
Yeah,
there you go.
Which that's family too. You know what I mean? That's family. The Nicholas brothers. That's crazy, fam. They like they used to come out and catch my shows, and support. Wow. You know what I mean?
I did the tap dance kid.
Hold up. Oh, go ahead.
Wait.
The tap dance kid on Broadway.
Yeah. I was in that, but I only got a chance to do the workshop and understudy.
Was that for that guy? Who's the tap dance kid? Wasn't it Carlton?
You're talking about Alfonso Ribeiro.
Alfonso Ribeiro. Alfonso Ribeiro, Dule Hill.
Really? Dule? Yeah, Dule is the guy.
I saw the Tap Dance Kid. They brought it like, you know, back in the day. My mom's brought me to see that.
I love that show, man. I love that show.
Hey,
I think
Danny,
it needs to be revitalized.
Can you give us a quick education on Tap? Because a lot of people downplay Tap as like some kind of liken it to like something about.
We just had a conversation. We just had a convo about this.
Yeah.
It's because because of the Chitlin circuit and everything, man. It just kind of that coon mentality took over the reputation of Tap, and you know, unfortunately, a lot of people can't see past the. They think it's all shucking and jiving. You know what I'm saying? When you actually take a listen and you actually look and see that I'm a drummer. You know what I'm saying? I'm a musician that dances.
Percussionist.
You know what I mean?
Percussionist even.
Yeah. No doubt. No doubt. So, you know, I think it's just the perception and the stigmatism that it has behind it that's ruined it. You know what I mean? But we have great people out there representing it right now. You know,
Sean and John,
like Jason Samuel Smith, Sean and John. You know what I mean?
Yo,
but
actually, Portia actually went to high school with both of them too as well.
What Sean and John?
No, Sean and John. Yeah, I know. I finished Hollywood High School with them, and also Portia Coleman, another guest we had on the show, actually went to high school with them too. So they've been dancing their whole lives. Their moms and I already know their backstory.
Oh man, I known them, man. Back in the man. Those are like my little brothers.
They were teens. I did a LaToya Luckett video that Brian Barber directed, and the three of us were like in a group, and they brought us.
You weren't tapping.
They were tapping, and I was like the lead singer. It was funny.
Now, do you think that it's a faded genre, or do you think that we could bring somehow? How can we bring that back? Because it's so cool.
Man, it's all about our generation. The older generation passed it down to, and I think we're not holding up to the torch very well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think because Tap became like after Gregory, it became like a one-man sport. There can only be one man to represent Tap. You know what I mean? And one man can't do it by itself. You know what I'm saying?
Would you consider Cab Calloway a Tap? Was he Tap or
no? He was a conductor. Yeah.
I mean, he was a conductor. But he's a
composer.
Listen, everybody from that era was entertainers.
They had to do it all.
Right. They did it all. You know what I mean? Cap can shuffle, but that wasn't his specialty. You know what I mean? The singing and the music was the thing. You know what I mean? But I knew Cab too very well.
Wow.
Do you guys agree? Do you guys agree that I think that a lot of times people say, man, you know, you say you want to be a musician or artist, some type of thing like that, specifically a musician, and people downplay that. But I think that music is on a high level, like religion, because it's a voice that's globally heard and globally agreed upon. You know what I mean? If I play Frank Sinatra or James Brown, and
music low key runs the world, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Talk to him.
I think that it's more powerful, and we don't give it enough credit, do we?
No,
give enough credit.
We don't.
I mean,
we don't.
Music.
I think we used to. I think now, being that anybody can get in and anybody can just go quote unquote viral nowadays and not even be, because I mean, if you look at some of these viral videos, they're gone viral because some of these people can't sing. You know what I mean? And we're making fun of them. Or the first week of American Idol, and you know we're watching them so they can get torn apart. Like what friend or family member told you you're good enough to go on American Idol and in front of the world? But we're almost putting these people out here on purpose.
It's for the fame.
Right.
It's for the fame.
instead of actually taking.
It's not about the art. It's not about art anymore, man. It's about fame. It's about that dollar bill. It's about those who would rather be on the red carpet than be on set. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And we spoke about that. And Danny, the reason why I said this is because I remember being at home and watching these commercials called, where they come on and they talk about these shows around the world. And one of them was the River Dance and Lord of the Dance. And I used to cry. I used to laugh at that. Like, yo, who the fuck is that?
The River Dance always got clowned.
Danny, hold up. And then Danny, to my surprise, told me he did a world tour. River Dance, right? Lord of the Dance. I'm like, what?
What river?
not Lord of the Dance.
River Dance. I meant
the Mississippi, the Hudson River.
No, you know that shit.
The Hudson River Dance.
Yeah,
Dave doing it for real though.
That's funny because that's what I thought when they first offered me the job. I was like, River Dance, like what? Okay, is this some New York shit? I'm gonna be dancing by the river.
It's like when you see the River Dance on a large scale, done professionally by like
it's pretty impressive.
It is like it's like whoa,
okay, man,
impressive.
They really moving them ankles.
I said I wasn't going because when I got that job I hurt my knee the first time. You know what I mean? And
you dislocated it.
Yeah,
all that toe swiping across the other foot.
All of that. Hey man, I paid for it, man. With this body, I did a whole bunch of basketball, playing basketball all day, then dancing all night, and a show, and then running up walls, doing a split, and you know what I mean. All of that has a weighs a toll. You know what I mean. All that has a.
Were you the only black guy in the River Dance crew?
No, that was me and my boy Tariq Winston.
So you're one of two.
Yeah, well, it was two, and then later
there wasn't a bunch of us signing up for that, Cisco.
What cities
I didn't see you in line.
It's an Irish show. But I was seeing explains in the show how tap came about. Tap came about through the African boot dance and the Irish jig.
So, is that what Jigaboo? Does that have any reference to Jigaboo or any of that playing a jig? No correlation. No. Okay.
Doing a jig, maybe doing a jig. That phrase, maybe.
The jig comes from the Irish. That's what they're doing a jig. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Okay.
That's pretty. I didn't know it came from. It's a cross between African boot dance and Irish.
The boot dance. The boot dance.
What cities did y'all perform?
A guy that named Master Juba, who I actually want to do a Broadway show on. And they say that he invented tap, but he collabed. He joined the Irish jig and the African boot dance. With African boot dance, it's kind of like what college cats doing. The stepping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the stomping. That comes from the African boot dance as well.
Yeah, I was asking what countries did you guys perform in? The River Dance.
For a River Dance for a vast part, we were stationed. I was in the cast. They had like 4 different casts, and one was like stationed in London. One was touring America. One was touring Asia. And at one point, one was traveling South America and like other places. But I stayed in London for maybe like 2 years, and then like maybe like another 2 years on the road, touring. Like yeah.
Wow. Now, Danny, you got extensive. I mean, like you got incredible extensive experience. Like, I mean, do you feel that you get the respect of a person that's been in the game over 20 years as a professional?
Good question, man. Honestly, sometimes no. Because I think it's because of the climate that we're in right now. You know what I mean? I think I consider myself an entertainer. You know what I mean? And I think the days of the entertainer I think it's slowly coming back. You know what I mean? Because I think people are going to get tired eventually of this cookie cutter mentality that everybody has. You know what I mean?
You don't have to be a triple threat no more. You could just
You don't have to have talent anymore.
Yeah, basically.
Right.
Back in the day, you had to be a triple threat.
Just
Now
good
you
hair.
have to have talent. No shit.
I was trying to say that shit nicely, but you don't have.
Hey, you on acting up, baby.
Cisco will give it to you. Yeah.
That's where all that clickbait and all that, everybody going viral in 5 minutes because of the shock value and all this other shit. So it's not really anything to talent. It's, oh shit, did you see this motherfucker do this? It's jackass watered down and spread out throughout the whole internet. You know what I'm saying? Anything that'll get you to watch.
Everything is about the money right now, and no concerns. Like I'm sure your experience, Cisco, like going in audition and they kind of worried about how many followers you got and how many likes you got on.
I haven't been asked that, but I'm sure that they probably did a social media survey before I even got there or afterwards.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Because
I've seen people with, 1 credit on IMDb and their star meter be higher than mine or lower, however, you look at it, or just say better because they got more followers. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, your score just has to do with how many people are checking for you. And the thing is, if somebody has a lot of followers, there's a lot of people checking for you and they want to know what else is this person doing besides these IG videos or taking pictures of themselves and stuff like that. So they're checking on them constantly and they still don't have anything going on besides what's on that whatever particular page you're on,
Word.
And meanwhile, cats like us are just constantly banging out movies, TV shows, commercials, and just constantly, perfecting, taking courses, training, even teaching courses, you know what I mean? And trying to just constantly get better at what we do because we're in for the longevity, the long haul, you know what I mean?
Right.
And, like I would definitely love to be a Sam Jackson one day, a Morgan Freeman, just late in the game, still putting it.
We will, man. We will, man. We just got to keep the grind, keep grinding, pushing through. You know what I mean? I don't mean to sound sour about the climate that we're in or whatever. I'm just learning how to adapt within it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I mean, it definitely is a case of if you can't beat them, join them, because you do have to get. Unfortunately, you got to get your numbers up. You know what I mean?
You don't see me. I'm like, I got 5 likes.
I feel like for every 10 followers I get, I lose 5. So
what are you doing wrong?
I think there's something. I think there's something up to this. I like a lot of people. I think be buying followers and shit too. Though.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
They're definitely buying followers. And I can't bring myself to do it.
It don't work.
I
know people have done it, but you lose it. It don't really last that long.
Right.
It's
no way certain cats. It's like it's no way you two are not verified right now. Why are you not verified on Instagram right now? What's going on?
Well, part of that is their management. Their management got to contact Instagram. It's not them, so their management has to do it. I've known a few people who got verified and it had to deal with like the management contacting certain people.
Instagram is like the Wizard of Oz, man. It's some guy behind a curtain. You know what I mean? Like you have got to. You go down to Instagram company and it's like. You open the door, it's gonna be empty in there.
Instagram is the last dragon. They keep looking for the master. Who is the master?
Who's the master? How can I get a blue check?
The fortune cookie is the master.
I'm just gonna take a blue check and make it a part of my name, like Cisco Ray REYES.
Blue check.
Like an emoji.
Blue check emoji.
And see if anybody catches on.
Hey, Prince did it. Why not? You know what I mean?
That just symbolize. Fuck it.
Might as well, man. So since you do it all, you've had a long, successful tap career, a very, very successful, lucrative, can I borrow $5 commercial career. and now you just won a beat battle. If you had to put them in order, what would you, would it be, beats, commercials, or beats, acting, tap? You know what I mean? Like
acting number one.
Acting number
really?
Yeah, man. Acting number one. That's always been like my first love. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel the best when I'm in front of the camera or on stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
and then I would have to say the dance, you know what I'm saying? And then the music, you know what I mean?
Damn. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember when we did
that. Maybe the music, then the dance.
When we did that short film, you, Cisco, and myself, and cast of other people.
Bush Baby.
Yeah, Bush Baby.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys, we were all on the porch, or we did another scene like around the corner. That was a good feeling, and it was. I
love working with you guys, by the way.
Yeah, and you was like, "Yo, we got to do more of this. We got to do more of this." Yeah, that was a great feeling. And I didn't get
you were doing sound.
No, I wasn't doing sound.
You wasn't doing infomercials back then.
I'm gonna have headshots by the time this is over.
Let's go.
Yo, they scared now, Chicola. Yeah, that shit, they scared.
Make sure you get them printed up and retouched.
No, but Danny, you know that
hours they want when I go to the audition because I have multi-million deals. Thank you.
Make sure you can put a beauty filter on the camera.
Hey, Cisco, mute him in about 5 seconds. Mute that guy. No, but what I was gonna say was
I was gonna ask you to bring him to his agent.
Those scenes felt like more better. They felt like Crooklyn, more better.
Yes.
Blues, Jungle Fever.
Yes.
They felt like that. It felt real nice.
I said the same thing. I agree.
Really?
I agree. It did have that vibe.
It had a natural flow to it.
I think that all the super talented cats in this industry, and you know who I'm talking about because we all know each other and shit. Like, I think we should do something together. Like, it should be something to mark our era together. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like Hollywood Shuffle or something like that. You know how?
Yeah.
With
a lot of greats came from that film. You know what I mean?
With everybody we know, we could do something crazy. Cisco, I think you made a great attempt at that when you did Airbnb, just putting together people you know.
Hey, you French? Hey, are you French?
Anyway, so I think you did a great job with that. When you did Airbnb. So, you know what I'm saying? So
now we got to do something that's like
all of us, all the actors we know, all the actors and people just in different genres of entertainment in Hollywood.
Man, we know everybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
So why not? We can put all the pieces together, and if we package all of us together, that's like they're like, oh, we got who in it? Goddamn, okay. But
I think it's something that we could just, we can write and then just shoot. Nothing that we got to get permission for.
No, you gotta do it all out.
We just put it out there, and I think. Yeah. And it's not about
the quality. It's got to be, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, we're going to put O to the challenge because O is always saying, yeah, we're going to do this and do that. So, O, are you going to write this thing?
Write it? I'm looking for my part. I'm not a writer. You a writer? You're just an actor.
You're not an actor either.
How did O become the writer?
I get to write Malik's. I get to write all of Malik's lines. I'll write it already.
I'm always writing my lines. I'm creative that way.
That's a problem.
O's gonna secretly popping up.
You keep rewriting your lines. That's the issue. There's a whole script, and you keep rewriting your lines. What if I just come out the water? No, Malik. Just read the lines off the paper.
This guy.
I will have to co-sign that because when it comes to helping Malik do self tapes, you know what I mean? and you're the other guy reading the lines. So you're like, and you go to say you're like Malik's still talking. You're like.
Can I go now?
Malik's improv in people's written scripts.
No, I'll tell you something.
On the script.
Sometimes I get so bored with what's on the page, I gotta illuminate. And you know what? It gets me the job a lot of times. To be honest with you.
Above and beyond,
and that's what counts. Or it could just be PTSD from doing an entire movie, improv.
From watching Vietnam. No, from watching Vietnam on Danny, I'm watching Vietnam on Netflix, and they said I got PTSD.
Danny, this man.
Every time he turns,
this man
Malik be in his sleep like,
enough.
No.
He's aggressive enough. He don't need no other help.
Yo, that's the last dude
shell
that
shock.
needs PTSD and shit.
Yo, Malik wakes up in the morning and goes, I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Translation, I love the smell of Newark in the morning.
Hey, don't you talk about Newark.
Malik just uses gun oil. He said, black seed oil. I got some good gun oil over here right now.
Just inhale that. Inhale that.
Right here. It's good for the bed. It's gun oil.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Y'all stupid.
He's like, honey, do you think we should take a trip to Vietnam?
Ooh,
I heard they got some really good deals right now.
I heard this spot has real landmines still there. Let's go.
You can go on a tour.
There's still active landmines, baby. Let's go. Trying to blow up.
Yo,
that's funny.
People on this show, we like to of course we like to inspire people and hopefully they learn something by, our stories. But sometimes I hear like, well, what? I don't understand. You guys are just talking. And it's like, no, we're not just talking. You're not, if you're just hearing us tell our stories and not getting anything out of it, you're really doing yourself a disservice. But let me hit the nail on the head. You know what I mean? And what is since you're such a commercial king, and I know you teach these classes, give us something that anybody that's in the game right now that could go out and just be better by what you give them. You know what I mean? Like, what are some of the secrets that, because I mean, you're such a natural when it comes to that shit. I'm really starting to believe it's just that they know you. But like, besides them knowing,
now they
know the right.
It took a second to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of not knowing me.
What are like? Give me 2 do's and don'ts of going out for commercial auditions.
I need these. Make them good.
Okay. No matter whether it's commercial or theatrical, I say come prepared. You know what I mean? When you go in there, from the moment you're parking your car, you're auditioning. I tell people all the time because, one time I got on a elevator with the client and didn't know, but I was actually just having a good time on the elevator, making everybody laugh, enjoying my day, feeling good or whatever. Get in the room, like, oh shit, you're the client. And after I booked the job, they were just like, man, you booked the job on the elevator.
Wow.
She was like,
dope.
Because you were just so cool and personable and just so funny that So I would just say from the moment you walk in and to be yourself, you know what I mean? It's real important to be yourself. Like another director told me the reason why I hire you is because it's cool to spend a day with you on set. I feel like I'm hanging with
somebody you want to be around.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like a friend, but you could do the job, you know what I mean, at the same time. You know what I mean? So those things I would say a lot of people mess up on the callback. They get too excited. Like, oh, I got a callback. Now when I go in, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna wear that. I'm gonna wear this hat. Like
Malik.
Like Cisco.
I'm gonna wear my
Malik, I'm gonna wear more leather. More leather. Okay.
Gonna wear a lot of snakeskin. A lot of
Instead of it being
and my
rawhide,
leather
I'm
lighter
gonna
holder.
make it
Don't forget my
snakeskin.
leather lighter holder.
leather lighter holder.
He has a leather tank top on.
Hey yo, I just got a leather mask. I'm
We know.
gonna
Sure
get
you
it.
did.
Hold up,
I'm
one
sure
second.
you did. Make sure you can breathe off that
no.
motherfucker.
I bet you it's burgundy.
D Woo, when it comes to and all jokes aside, but they say you're supposed to wear the same thing that you wore to the first audition to the second audition. Now, is that true? Do you follow that rule?
I do. If I wear something different, it's along the same lines. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
He's like, those clothes are dirty.
Nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If those clothes are dirty,
Those clothes are dirty.
I'm not wearing that again, B. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go up in there stinking. I'm trying to get the job. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So if you run across a problem like that, you know, you want to stay along the same lines. If your blue polo is messed up, you might want to wear the navy blue. You know what I mean? Just to stay in the same lines.
Well, I mean, sometimes they, you know,
nothing dramatic. You know what I mean? Nothing too dramatic. Like people, even like the reason why they brought you back is because of your choices that you made. You know what I'm saying? And when you go back, you know, people do something totally different. You know, because I've been on the casting side and I understand, like, no, I brought you back to do that thing that you did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's okay to expand on something a little bit, you know what I mean? But don't do too much with it. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's like if you're going out for a Best Buy audition and they want you to, you're being the worker, you know, the customer service person. They want you to wear like khakis and a blue polo, you know, and the last time I went on one of those, I didn't have a blue polo. It was more like an aqua polo.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find my khakis, so I had like some brown jeans. So, and I got a call back, but it's like I didn't get the commercial, but I can't help but to think was like, did they not like my outfit?
Do you mean like I was saying? Do you mean
nah?
People have like the cloth mask. I got a leather one.
No one had. Why did the animal have to die for your
You can't
mask?
breathe out that, Malik.
Am I doing?
Do the rest of the show like that.
You'll die.
He can't even breathe. No, he just look like he's playing doctor. With
And it has a filter.
And
it has a filter. You see, it has a filter.
But you can't breathe.
It's black leather.
That just looks like a napkin.
Here, try to blow out this flame.
That's black leather. As far as I know, he's doing special stuff.
You look like Leatherface. You look like the
should be
Texas
private.
Chainsaw Massacre.
Hey, listen, when in Rome,
This guy's gonna pass out. You
look like the Newark, New Jersey Massacre.
Shinobi Malik over there.
Hey, look,
it's
reversible, huh? It's reversible.
Young Thugs.
It's not reversible, but he's gonna wear reversible. It's definitely not reversible, but he's gonna say it's reversible. It's both sides.
I'm surprised PETA hasn't came after you yet, Malik.
Look who's talking. It's RZA from Halloween. Hey, it's your RZA outfit from Halloween. For Halloween.
He's like, I'm RZA.
No, but I know you're dressed as the first black cowboy every fucking day.
Yeah, this is definitely a different way of seeing you, Malik. I mean,
there's no cowboys in Newark. There's no cowboys.
Is all your leather being out to dry?
I don't know. No, Cisco, here's the thing. This is the real thing. Since Danny Woo didn't send us any apparel from Born a King, I had to wear my guys, street level.
I mean, I did wear Born a King on one show.
Look at it.
Malik's horse got ticketed and booted. That's why there's no cowboy. His horse got ticketed and booted. So
that's
the
no cowboy. That's the dope booty.
Horseshoe. D-Woo, I did wear King on one episode, but I didn't want to wear it again because
I was going to bring
it these back to back. I don't want to look like I got one shirt.
Yeah, Danny, we need some shirts, Danny.
I got y'all, man. The corona messed everything up. I was going to bring him to the podcast.
To the show,
I was going to bring him to the show.
This guy has class. This guy has class here, you know?
So what we'll do is, when you come back
Dan, you say you need our addresses. You just need our addresses? That's what you need?
I want my shirt.
Side guy, relax, side guy.
He sounded serious.
He's like, oh, do you want my address now? Huh? P.O. Box 502.
Right now, B. Where my shirt at, yo? Where my shirt, B?
He's back.
Yeah, stay back there. Whoa.
334 Santa Monica, West.
In the shade. Oh, that's
like,
gonna happen.
I can come by your house and you can just leave it outside the door.
No, throw it at my car while I drive past. I'll have the window rolled down.
He'll throw it at your car, all right.
And he get real close, like you hear him better. It's 334 Santa Monica.
He can't hear me. He can't hear me through the phone. 555.
Okay. So for the people that are out there listening that want to, like, you know, step their game up and wonder how you get all these damn commercials, really these hints are from me.
Those people,
come on, be yourself. From the beginning, you're already auditioning in the car. Not everybody has like the pleasure to be on the elevator with the client. Give us some don'ts, what not to do.
Say don't do too much when you go in the room. A lot of people do a lot of kissing ass. You know what I mean? You know, and I'm not saying don't go in there cocky or anything, but just go in there like confident. They have to see they're like very perceptive. They can read your energy right as soon as you come out of the room. So I would say find that happy medium of where your real self and you know, find the happy medium between, you know, turning on your actor self when you go in the room and being yourself, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because a lot of people think if they're going to be an actor, they have to act. You know what I mean? And the key to acting is not to act.
Right. Acting is necessary to act, but like it's very important. The slate is very important. This is another thing I say, because me working in casting on the other side of casting, I got to see that sometimes a lot of people's audition don't even get seen. They don't make it past the slate because they don't make it past it. Because a lot of people are like, hi, my name is Danny Wooten.
Oh, I can't stand those people.
Mug shots.
You know what? I did say this on another show, how like I went in and I used to go, you know what I mean? Yo, what's up? It's Cisco Reyes. Boom, boom, boom. Blooker shots. And you know what I mean? And it was the moment where I stopped choking on being myself, because I used to go into the auditions and be like, hi, I'm Cisco Reyes. Profiles. You know what I mean? Opposed to like, hey, what's going on? How y'all doing? You know what I mean? Boom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Show your personality.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like your real personality.
That's what happened when Cisco and I did this. I did an audition on camera with Cisco, and I went way left field with it. The character, he was thugged out. He was a killer. He was on the streets. But when I did the slate, I was like, hi guys, my name is Malik Barnhart, and I'm
Yo, real talk. When he did that,
so ill.
When he did that, I said, Malik, you want to do that? That's how you want your slate? He's like, yeah, leave that.
That is hilarious.
I like that. I'm like,
that's the way I flipped it. I said, hi guys, my name is Malik Barnhart, and I'm here reading for the role of Harold. And blah, blah. Now let's turn this motherfucker on and get this shit started. Get that camera out the fuck out my face, like some shit like that.
Yeah.
And he thought he was like, yo, that part you should think about, because that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. That you gotta leave a mark, man. You gotta leave them something to remember you by, because you gotta think like this. On a commercial audition, they're auditioning in LA, they're auditioning in New York, they're auditioning in Chicago for the same commercial. And they got to look at all of that tape. What's separating you from everybody else?
Right, right.
Real talk.
Damn.
They're gonna get tired. They're gonna get tired of the same person. Hi, this is the. So they need someone to make them laugh. That's actually a good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
like my joint my joint used to be people don't steal it. I still use it.
Cisco, don't steal it.
I still use it sometimes. So when it comes time to profiles, I'm like, profiles, okay. Long walks on the beach. Sometimes I like a nice Merlot. I don't know. It depends on the mood.
That is good. Yo, that's funny.
Light and funny.
You know what? I
but it lightens the mood.
I used to always think that it was my hair, and I'm like, maybe they don't like my hair. But then I see you in commercials, and I'm like, that can't be it.
Nah.
The natural
Danny refuses to get a haircut.
Danny I always feel like I need to.
They let us free to rock our hair now, Cisco.
How about now?
There you go. To do it now.
Damn,
kid. On the real.
Long walks on the beach.
Now you just look like a Sour Patch Kid.
Oh my God, my wife is in bed with somebody. Look,
it's Sour Patch Kid. He's the invisible Sour Patch flavor and shit. That's what he looks like.
But
he's a flavor, invisible.
On the real though, on the real, it's the attitude that goes. You can rock that hairstyle too if you're confident with it, though, B.
I'm not gonna hire you. I won't hire you.
On the real though, that's when I start rocking my fro and my beard and everything. I was the only dude in the room that had that. It was all clean cut dudes. I don't know,
right.
Like, there was no such thing as going to. I used to get slack from my agents, like, Danny, like you really need to like shave, yo. Like, yeah, you need to shave all of this off. You got to be plain faced and all of that or whatever. And I used to go on the audition like, I look like every motherfucker up in here.
I seen that. Right. That's your McDonald's face. I seen that face before. I look like every.
Yeah, I whip it out from time to time, man.
Wait a minute.
Now, is there a certain look, facial expression that you have mastered? Is there a certain facial expression that you have mastered, like the commercial look, like you know what I mean?
That's not it. We know that's not it.
No, that's
no. They got the rock eye. Look at
I can do the rock eye. I should start doing the rock eye.
No,
it's not natural for you. I got that.
At all.
Yeah, look like you got.
Oh no, Malik, you look like a pedophile.
No, Cisco, you got that face. Slide to the side. That face you make right there on that. That's your, there it is. That's your best face. Yeah.
Yes. That is a Cisco face.
That is a Cisco. What?
Oh, me?
I got it.
Yeah.
Who, me? Cisco?
Now, Shakola, you've done some acting as well, yeah? What was your experience like?
My experience in acting?
Yes.
It was cool. I prefer behind the scenes though. You know, I prefer producing.
She got shy.
Yeah.
Did you do your hair while we were talking?
She is the only one with a hairstylist during the quarantine. I don't know
those
what
curls
is
come
going
from?
No, there were no curls on
Money Making Mitch started to shave, and so I just put him on mute until he was finished. He said, if I can't shave on screen, I'm out of here.
Yeah, just like, oh my God.
But Money Making Mitch got upset because he couldn't shave on screen. I'm like, hey,
how you gonna show it with a pic?
I kind of liked him. I kind of liked him shaving. I kind of liked him shaving because it fit the mold of acting up. He's kind of doing his little thing. But you put him on mute and he
left.
It was a pink mirror. It was I think he was using a leg shaver. and he wasn't talking. So
he said he's using an electric leg shaver.
He looked like he just woke up too.
Yeah,
No,
definitely.
he was pissed off.
He took
was
a
pissed
nap.
off.
He definitely took a nap.
Cisco didn't let him in when he did it on his laptop. He had to do it on his phone, and he was not
Yeah,
happy.
you know,
he was bitter.
He got upset that he couldn't curse.
Bitter man.
He's like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, he couldn't curse. Danny, I wanted to ask you. I remember that picture you got. I think you got it in your crib. It's a picture of you and Michael Jordan, and you were about, 10 years old?
Yeah.
What was that?
That was a Coca-Cola commercial I did with him. I don't know if you remember. It was there's some kids in the treehouse, and we forgot the Coca-Cola, and he comes. We call Michael. Michael, and he comes running with the Coca-Cola glasses, and he dunks it in the treehouse.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
What is your pension like?
Begin nationals.
Hopefully, I won't find out for a long time.
Crazy.
Cisco's serious, but I'm telling you.
Yeah.
What was it? What was the movie you said you did? Harlem Nights, Cotton Club. I'm definitely gonna watch that. I gotta check that out because that is incredible. I was watching that as a kid, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you this, and I don't know if y'all gonna relate to this, but when I watched Cotton Club and I seen Gregory Hines and his brother, to me they look like Heckle and Jekyll, and they would. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all. But because Heckle and Jekyll were the two birds, and they of course they look alike. You don't know Heckle and Jekyll?
Yeah, of course. But are you?
I don't know them personally. I don't.
No, I mean because they were so. But Heckle and Jekyll was some slick birds. They were slick birds, and they were witty and they were charming. And when I seen Gregory Hines in that movie with him and his brother in it, and they got this long montage of them tapping and things are going on while they're tapping, and that whole thing, their whole flyness remind me of Heckle and Jekyll. I was a kid. I don't know. That's what I likened it to. And that movie is iconic for me in many, many ways. First of all, Robert Evans produced it. He got like $50 million just because he made a poster and he took it to Cannes with no actors. And that movie for me was groundbreaking. And, I love gangster shit. And you mix that in with the influence. And these guys were groundbreaking because they wasn't like some submissive suckers doing tap. They had gangster shit with them too. They had a gangster element. So that movie is groundbreaking.
Oh,
so
well,
the fact that you said that.
Dancers back then were gangsters, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They carry guns and knives and all of that.
Dancing was never feminine when a man did it back in the day.
Who? Bojangles?
Yeah.
I mean, shoot. Even fast forward to hip hop and you see Big Daddy
He's telling
Kane.
He's telling us the story about Bojangles. Go ahead. Bojangles what?
Bojangles was straight up gangster. Like you see him like on camera, like doing the smiley Negro thing or whatever, but off camera, he never let anybody disrespect him. He pistol whipped dudes. He like for real, he was gangster.
Wow. Wow. And that's what I'm saying. When you said you in that movie, yo, Danny B, man, you definitely need your flowers. I'm telling you, B.
Definitely, man. You worked with a lot of greats, Dan. You definitely deserve your flowers right now, bro.
Respect, man.
Yeah.
Side guy clap.
Sure.
He turned his clapper on again, for sure. And that's what I'm saying, because a lot of times people don't know. And that's why I asked you, do you feel like you get that credit? Because you get a kid, he gets hired and he's on a new show. He's on the new show. And then you might meet him in passing, and he kind of like almost looks down at you, and it's like, dude.
Oh no, that happens all the time. Like some of these social influences or whatever. I like one of the social. I won't say names or anything, but I went to the set to support him. Hitting 1 million followers and everything, and a couple of the influences. A friend of mine introduced me. Cisco knows this guy. He was introducing me to a few of the people, and they were like, anyway, You know, that kind of mentality. Like, who's this? Like, who is this guy? Until they told him exactly what I did, and then it was like, oh, okay, or no, now I know.
That fake shit. We've been looking for that for years. Fuck out of here.
Okay, all right.
But when they looked at how many followers you had there, they were like, oh, okay, but we can't. Yeah. He's no good to us.
Right.
He doesn't have enough 12 and 13-year-olds following him, so we don't care. You know what I'm saying?
These people, they're really funny style like that, and it's, you know, hey, at the end of the day, it is what it is, because we will be the ones that are around, and they're gonna be like, I remember when I was just starting, I used to see these people.
This is trend. This is trend right now. This is just for right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't feel salty or sour about. I'm just, you know, I'm waiting. I'm patiently waiting my turn because I know it's coming. You know what I'm saying? But in the meantime, I'm making sure I'm prepared for when the moment comes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because just like hip hop, you know what I mean? Real hip hop is coming back. You know what I mean? The boom bap sound, real lyrics, metaphors, and rhyming is coming back. You know,
Speaking of which,
I'm real optimist.
Speaking of which, what did you guys think about the RZA and Pamir's battle?
Man, I love
that. Was an experience. That was historical.
That was a moment. That was a moment.
I ain't never seen that many. I felt like I was in the room with all those hip hop legends. Like when every person
so many, it brought back so many memories. Like like it's amazing how many like how music is like you can attach so many memories to music. Yes. You know,
good music.
What I'm saying?
It's soundtracks of your life. It's a soundtrack. They literally played a chunk of our life within the soundtracks of their music, and that's why so many people were there, and that's why so many different kinds. It don't matter who you are now. Back then, you was tuned into that and was like, I felt like I walked in the room and we played a cassette tape. Like, yo, y'all didn't hear this Monday night mixtape here. Boom, and now everybody's like this, locked in, like, oh.
You know, that was the golden era.
We're all products of that golden era. We're all
early 90s, like, man, that I can remember when I heard DeWick, where I was in the back seat of my man's sidekick driving through Newark on the way to the Greek Fest in Philly at the Platte. I can remember listening to you know, Das Effects riding downtown Baltimore or Biggie's One More Chance. Like, I remember exactly where I was at that moment. You know what I mean?
That's how powerful music is, man. That's
good music. I gotta keep reminding you. Good music.
Good music.
It locks in with you. Nah, bad. We remember bad songs too. That's crazy.
Actually, I don't. I don't.
Oh yeah, I know a few bad songs, but okay.
You know what? I don't know if you guys noticed.
Oh, to the wall.
That was a good one. I like that one.
No,
they promoted sex.
But you know what? I remember at first. I remember not really feeling that song because it was like, you know, it was that down south stuff. And then I was in Miami, and I was at Club Preview.
Reaction, energy,
and
energy.
It was like Memorial Weekend. They were charging $150 to get in, $200.
The club will change that song for you.
And next thing you know, I was in VIP, and I was just standing on top of, you know what I mean, some shit. And they were playing Window to the Wall, and that entire place was popping. It was
all right. Maybe that was a bad.
Yo, but it was the first time.
Not that song.
No. It was the first time I get it. I get it because you to appreciate a certain region's music. You know what I mean? You have to. I feel like you got to be at that region. And when I was down south listening to their music, you know what I mean? It ain't no different than if you in ATL and they put on Sway, and the entire club is swaying back and forth. It's like, yo, this shit is off the hook.
It definitely makes
a different element.
Definitely makes a difference.
So hyphy music in the Bay, same thing.
Now you guys understand when I put on my Euro music.
Oh gosh.
You know what I mean?
But you look like a cowboy.
Understand what?
This guy plays Euro club music with a cowboy hat on.
Understand that you're an electric cowboy? Your cowboy beepo? Is that what your cowboy beepo? Is that what it is?
Come on.
Let's see. Let's see here. A tight leather check. Euro music check.
Oh wait.
Leather lighter case. Leather lighter case.
Leather wallet check. Chain hanging off check. Leather watch cover Check. Leather strap around my check.
Native American
leather face mask. Check.
American
necktie.
This nigga Malik, I heard from somebody he has leather condoms. He's like, hey, don't worry.
We're doing it in style.
Yeah, we're doing it in style, baby.
I just have to get some leather polish. That's the move.
Oh my God. I can't even make
No. Don't use that KY. This is leather. You
gonna ruin my leather.
Where am I going to ruin my
leather with that KY?
This is one size fits all.
He said leather watch cover. He said leather watch cover. Oh my God.
He flipped it off the watch.
Oh, let's see what time it is.
Yeah. That's exactly. He has leather for no reason, man.
Hey, Cisco, I just bought a new car. It's leather
on the outside.
The outside.
He drives by and they be like, "Hey, is he Puerto Rican?" No, that's Malik.
He's Malikan.
Oh my God.
Malik.
Forget about it. Never mind.
Malik's an electric cowboy, yo. He's an electric cowboy. He likes electro music and cowboy gear. He's an electric cowboy.
Been such a pleasure, D Woo. We've been talking about getting you on the show, and it's too bad we couldn't have you live and in person. You know what I mean? And we
will do it again. We got to do another one. We got to do it again.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at this. You know what I mean? We definitely had a good time.
I know, a quarantine edition.
Got to know more about D Woo. Let us know what you got coming up and what you working on, man.
Right now, I'm on Amazon Prime right now on a movie called The Workout Room with Joe Torre.
Okay. It's a comedy?
Yeah, you can check that out. And coming soon, another comedy called Questions that's in post right now.
Oh, you think you're funny?
Yeah, people tell me.
He's working.
Hey, funny.
Some people say I'm funny. Yeah.
but the questions, that's it as far as but I'm really gearing up right now to like once all this gets back to, well, not normal, because I don't ever think it's going to get back to normal. No. But
the new normal, right?
The new normal. Whatever the new normal is, my goal is just theatrical TV and film, you know what I mean, to really go hard in that and you know.
Well, I want to say this, Danny, before you go. You put it in the air. We are definitely going to get together and collab on something, you know what I mean? And we're a big project. We're going to work from A to Z. People, you seeing it here first. We're gonna work from A to Z, and we're gonna put that thing out. Whether it's a series, I think it should be a series because we could go longevity.
Hey, y'all heard it here. Y'all heard it here. Y'all heard it here on Actin Up Podcast.
It should be something scripted, but we should still be able to do some improv shit too. Something dope like that.
Did somebody say something?
Oh yeah.
Did somebody say something?
Oh, I'm gonna be a part of it, Malik. You bet your leather chaps. All right, you bet your burgundy leather. I'm gonna be a part of this. Okay?
Yo,
this cat. Side guy done 2 acting projects, and now he's like, yo.
You can't stop me. They shouldn't have ever let these niggas in. I'm in this motherfucker.
All I know is I'm gonna get a phone call after this and be like, "Yo, Cisco, so you should write this thing we're talking about." Because
Malik said I'm writing Cisco.
Hey, we can start writing. We can start having writing sessions on Zoom. You know what I'm saying?
Let's do it. Throw ideas around and see what's up. Let's try it.
You know what I mean? We ain't gotta wait. Let's get it.
I'm with it.
But I think that our chemistry is so ill that once we put that camera up, I mean, it's gonna be.
We're gonna have fun.
You already know.
Yeah. So okay, hold up. You got the workout room. You got questions, right? You got You said you're gonna start doing some more of everything. What? But what was the last thing that you just said? Because
I'm saying like more
Okay.
theatrical stuff. That's my primary focus right now.
What if in an ideal world, what would that look like?
What do you mean as
Like,
far
what
as my,
would
my
you like
TV?
to be ended up on like a series regular on the Tyler Perry show on I'm not even hey
Hey, Danny, you got the hairpiece for it.
Take your hat off right quick, go.
It is off. That was his hair.
So do I.
Yo, your hairline is coming back to America. Your hairline is coming back.
Hey, my hairline went natural, baby. This is a natural hair. My
No, your
hairline
hairline
not
went
tried,
back,
Malik.
son,
Can
yeah.
hear the thing not tried.
Ay.
Oh my God, this guy's different.
Mine came back.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
The invisible Sour Patch flavor. There we go.
Like,
That's
so where can
Cisco, you gonna take us out?
where can people find you, D Woo?
right now, actually, one of the things I'm working on today is my website, DannyWooten.com, which will be up shortly, along with my spring line for bornandking.net. The website will be up the top of the month next.
Oh, you're such a private school.
For the summer line,
my
sorry.
Spring,
The summer
my
line.
spring summer line. We'll
The man's a
figure out.
professional. Talk to
Hey,
him.
we're gonna be wearing winter stuff in the summer.
Hey, I'm still gonna have hoodies available. You know
Look, spring line, new hoodies available.
We don't even know what
And
season it
scarves.
is anymore.
And scarves.
Got the scarves coming out for the summer.
And they got leather scarves.
Leather scarves, Malik.
I'll let you know when I come out with those, Malik. And the leather socks
What is
too.
going on?
Hey, we got the scarves. We got the
I
scarves.
got the leather socks coming for you too.
Yeah, Malik, you never promote your scarves on here. Is there someplace people can find those besides on the homeless?
In his closet.
You know, I decided I'd wear my scarves for myself. I don't want to share.
I'm not selling them.
I'm selfish.
Oh shit, scarfish.
I'm selfish.
Shellfish. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. You guys-
Okay, so DannyWooten.com coming, and then what social media handles can we find you at?
That's at Danny Wooten, the number 10, for Instagram, and Danny Wooten on Facebook.
And spell that, because I always put an H in there, but I know there's none.
DANNYWOOTEN. Wooten.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, hey, we
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
you coming on Actin Up Podcast,
Yes,
brother.
sir.
It's been
Hey man, I always enjoy acting up with y'all.
Yeah.
Man. You know, we got a
Yes,
long
that's a
history
good
of
one.
acting up.
And you know what? And
That's what we
even though
do.
Shakola didn't say, she only said like maybe 2 words. You know what I mean? It's been a pleasure having you and your locks here.
She's just here to show off that
I
hair.
swear to God, I'm looking at Shakola, and I'm looking at a scene from what was that, Charlie's Angels. You got the hair flowing like
I know, man.
She's just here to show off a new dress.
Like a Pam Grier movie or something.
Oh my God.
She's like, hair laced in quarantine, still here.
You
Yeah,
sure
'cause
you're
you
on
do a
little exploitation?
Being that we got side guy up there, it
Did you go
definitely
to the salon?
out.
Well, I have to, I have enough time on my hands right now to where I can sit here and, just do hair all day, just do,
Okay.
we got so many different wigs, so many different styles. I mean,
I told y'all she
just got finished doing a
waited.
Don't Rush challenge.
She just said it, y'all. She said so many different wigs. She was right this before she
Shakola, don't let get that. Don't let get that.
Don't worry, Shakola. That lace front lane. You laid
Thank
in the
you,
front,
thank
you.
you.
You laid that motherfucker.
Now I know why O doesn't get laid.
Well, I have in-house Malik.
An in-house blow-up doll.
Yes, yes. But what are the more expensive ones with the high
In-house is in-house.
Oh, so you've been through a few of them, Cisco. You know how expensive they are.
I get them from gifting suites.
He's been going to the porn awards every year to the same gifting suite.
Hey, man, it pays off.
It look like you've been in a porn awards.
That's a porn awards. That's a porn awards hat.
Yeah, that's definitely a. Wait, which one? His or mine?
The Nigerian porn awards hat. It comes with the shoes.
Hey. It ain't leather.
Acting up today.
It's part of my shtick. I don't wear Nikes, but I always got a Wu-Tang shirt on.
Oh, got the porn cameraman Scully on. That's the porn cameraman.
Wait,
you need a 50? You need a 20 millimeter?
I keep on thinking that's his hair.
You got a lens? Lens? You need a lens? You need a lens?
Oh, that's it.
You look like Willis.
Hold that position right
What you talking about, Willis?
Hold on.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yo. So,
another good one, y'all. Another great show.
Here. You know, I want to make sure that all you guys stay safe, stay blessed, stay your ass at home, and you know, and also everybody out there, make sure that y'all follow us on @Actin Up Podcast on all social media platforms, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, and also you can listen to us on Spotify, Stitcher, Anchor, Google Play Music. Every place where your favorite podcast is.
All over.
Make sure you guys like our Facebook fan page, and you guys can catch experts and different snippets out of the show on our IG channel, IGTV, @Actin Up Podcast. And I am Cisco Reyes. You can follow me at CISCO REYES, and my man Mbizzle,
MALIKBARNHAT. Yeah.
And Side Guy, where can they find you at?
You already know, Fabian Bel Air Boy _OH, Bel Air Boy _OH, you know, IG, YouTube, all that.
You don't live in Bel Air.
Chicola.
I did.
Anti-sociable, so.
That don't work. We need your social media because you're the production.
Follow me
behind
on Shakola Thompson, Facebook.
Okay.
We're gonna work on that. Because she has a lot of time.
You know, give it up one more time for my man Danny Wooten. You know what I mean? Come on, Actin Up Podcast. Yeah. Peace out from Actin Up Podcast.
One love, people.
Hey, thank you, Danny.
Hey.